Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we discuss wildlife photography and photography in general, but specifically we talk about how to get better and be more skilled at photography without talking too much about settings or gear. I don't want you to be a good setting setter or camera gear buyer. I want you to be a skilled photographer. Anyways, in today's episode, we're going to talk about the number one mistake, the number one treason that people do when editing their wildlife photography, and that is blasting the contrast and blasting the saturation. But before we get into that, I'm going to announce the winners of the Wildlife Photography Challenge. No, competition. It wasn't a challenge, it was a competition. It was a whole ass thing. These people got money. So I'm gonna put a link below so that if you want to win like gift cards or whatever and you want to participate in challenges and competitions and stuff like that, you can do so as well. Okay, on to the winners. So I'm going to start with third place, and third place was, oh, let me scoot over so I can show their photos. Okay, so third place winner is Raul Pabu. I think I'm saying that correctly. If not, I'm sorry. Beautiful shot. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. Second place winner is Colton Legger. Legger? I think that's how you say it. Anyways, beautiful. We love it. First place winner is Jason Cox. I know I'm saying that one right. Beautiful. We love it. We loved it so hard we gave it first place. So that was from the competition I ran over on Instagram. If you don't already follow me, please follow me. And I will be doing more contests, events, and stuff like that. So yeah, don't forget to sign up in the link below. While we're at it, one more thing before we get into the episode proper. Like, subscribe, share if you want. But definitely like and subscribe. We're new. It helps a lot. And it's going to help you a lot. And we know you need help. Okay, so like I was saying, the number one mistake so many people make is blasting the contrast and saturation in their photos. They take their beautiful work, or maybe it's not so beautiful, and when they get into the editing process, they take those two bars and they just slide them up and up and up and up. And I understand. I used to do the same thing. I know people who are currently fighting this battle within themselves to not do this same thing. Every wildlife photographer, every photographer you've ever seen and been like, wow, they're great, they're famous, they did this too. It's a phase that we're all gonna come out of, just like our emo phase from 2019. I mean, I had a 2019 emo phase. That's when life really hit me hard and I was very emotional. But just like our emo phase from high school, we all go through this phase and we all have to grow out of it. And it's a learning process, and you have to, the number one key to, you know, coming out of this process better is understanding that we have a problem. Okay, so if your shots look like this, you know, you took the photo, it's nice, it's in raw format, definitely needs some help to bring back those colors because, as we know, raw photos kind of have this dull, dingy look to them. It is necessary to edit that and bring back the color and life into your photos with an editing program. That's fine. But if you were taking photos like this and you are doing this to them, and you are proudly doing this to them, you think, wow, look at the difference. It really punches you in the fucking face now. It leaps off of the Instagram feed. It grabs your attention. It's intense. We have to stop Look at your life. You have to stop doing that all the time to all of your photos so intensely without any thought or reason or anything going through your mind as you do it. For real though, so the issue here, the issue with if you're going through this, is not that high contrast is bad and high saturation is bad. It is that when we begin, we very often sort of just do this mindlessly because to us, it looks like it made a big difference. It looks like we really put our mark on this photo. But number one, we have to start out with good photos. Don't use this as a crutch. Many people use this as a crutch. You take a photo, it's kind of boring, but you think, when I put it in my editing program and I just blast the colors and I blast the contrast and we just lose all the details and the whites and the black, it's gonna pop, it's gonna be great, it's gonna get them likes. That's a crutch. Not gonna do that. Number two, like I said, we're losing details. You spent, hopefully, so much time and effort going out there to photograph whatever the fuck you photographed, and you're cranking up the saturation, the contrast, and you're losing texture and information in your photo. The sky is blown out. Your white birds are just white glowing blobs now because you've blown them out. All of your darker tones have become solid black. You can't see texture or details or anything within the shots in big chunks of your shots. So you're truly obliterating large chunks of your work. It's not good. It's bad. Again, I know, it's fun to see the difference you made. You really feel like you did a lot to your photo when you do that. And girl, yeah, you did a lot, but you did the most, and I just don't know if it needed the most. There are a lot of people who pull this off well because they're not overdoing it. I think when we first get into it, we overdo it a lot. I see y'all's Instagram's feeds, and it's a rough ride sometimes. But somebody who has a lot of work that is high contrast, very bright, very vivid, is Peter McKinnon. I think I'm saying his last name right. Either way, here's some of his work. Here's what he looks like. You probably have seen him. He's got a whole... he's like famous or something. Right, you can see he doesn't overdo it. It's intense. It's quite intense. But it's not overdone. It's done skillfully. It's done thoughtfully. That's one of the keys. So many keys. That's one of them. Very important. So how do we get ourselves out of doing this? How do we become more thoughtful? Very easy. We put thoughts into our edits before we do them. First and main thing you really just need to do when you are editing your photos to stop over editing them with the contrast and saturation is to first think, is this shot I've taken, is it appropriate to edit it so intensely? Is it an intense moment in the shot? Or not really? For example, if you have a photo of a lion killing the shit out of a wildebeest, it's an intense moment. It might serve you well to have high contrast and higher than normal saturation. The lion doesn't need to be poppin' vibrant orange. The blood does not need to be neon red. The grass does not need to burn your eyeballs with how vibrantly green it is. But it can be, you know, nice, intense, but nice. A nice wildebeest being killed violently. Then, okay, so you edit something like that and you do it intensely. But what about your cute little bunny in the snow? Does it need to be that intense? Just chill out. Keep everything in moderation. It's a soft photo. Edit it softly. At the end of the day, you edit shots as intensely and as high contrast and as vividly as you want. Just, if you want to be a better photographer, just be very thoughtful about how you edit. I truly believe that the skill of a photographer is not necessarily in the scenes that they shoot, but in the thought that goes into their work. That is where I believe so much of our true skill lies. And that's kind of it. These episodes are kind of short because shit's not complicated. I don't like to overcomplicate things. I just want everything to be nice and simple. And I hope you like it nice and simple, because that's the way I'm gonna give it to you. Anyways, that's all I have for now. I'll see you next week, or the week after, or something like that. And for the outro bit, let me show you what my dog looks like. Just hold on. Oh, this is my dog. His name is Tegan, but we call him Doo-Doo. Very stinky and dirty, and he has long hair. He's about to get sheared like a sheep right after he gets a bath. Anyways, this is my dog. If you like my dog, like and subscribe.